sometimes you really need to share an unbelievable story or try to connect with others who have experienced things that might be considered a little bit out of the norm. I'm Bree.
And I'm Christiana.
Join us on this bonus Friday because you're about to hear something strange.
Reddit Fae edition.
Woo!
Yay!
Do you want to just dive into?
Yeah. So it's bonus Friday fun, friends.
Yes.
And for this one, we decided to dig into Reddit and find some Fae encounters, or what people believe to be Fae encounters, to discuss.
Because it is May.
It is May.
And we already, we know what each other knows about the Fae because we did a whole episode on it.
Yes.
All of our sources here are Reddit.
Oh, yes.
All of the sources. Everything came from Reddit.
Yes. We'll link them, but it's
Yeah.
literally all Reddit.
It's literally all Reddit. Okay. So my first encounter for us, not mine, but the first encounter I pulled from Reddit was my family's encounters with elves/fairies in South America. And this comes from Our Paranormal. I'm not going to give the user's name because I think it might actually be their full name.
Oh, okay.
So let's just call her V.
Sure.
V gives us a little bit of background that her family is from Bolivia, specifically La Paz, Cochabamba. How do I say that?
Cochabamba.
Cochabamba.
Yeah.
Sorry if that's wrong. And she describes these areas as beautiful and spiritual, to say the least.
Oh.
Her Reddit post begins with her mother's experiences. My mom has told me stories about her childhood and how she often would see fairies or elves in her backyard, and that it was very common in the area she lived in, like a well-known secret amongst the locals. However, according to V, the beings in these encounters and sightings are not the cute Disney version of these creatures. No, they are dangerous, and it was made known to the children to leave them alone. So we're still talking about V's mom, said children had gone missing for days and come back confused, along with people getting terribly ill, but all of this only happened when people tried to mess with these beings.
Ooh.
V then moves to a story passed down from her grandmother when the grandmother was in her 20s. V's grandmother was in her backyard near a tree and noticed she was not alone. She reported seeing a 2-foot tall male leprechaun or elf-looking being that appeared next to the tree and described this being as having a face that looked old but was very energetic as it hummed and hopped around. V's grandmother was adamant that this was not a child or a short, and I quote, disfigured adult. It was, and I quote, something not of this world. V's grandmother was terrified of what she saw and began to walk backward toward the house as quietly as possible, while still keeping eyes on the creature. As she was making her retreat, the elf-like creature gave her a glance and then, another quote here, scurried behind the tree and vanished. At the end of her Reddit post, V states her family is very normal and there's no history of mental illness or substance use disorder. A lot of people had commented that they had heard of similar experiences over the world. I pulled another one. One of the comments had a really quick story, if it's okay if I read it.
Yeah.
So this came from user do_standard_1944. And I'm taking a direct quote here. When my dad was stationed in Germany in the early 80s, something happened one night that my older brother and sister both also recall. We were all put to bed and something I can only describe as a dinosaur was looking in our window. Very large yellow eyes with a red iris was staring at us. A flash of lightning and it was like a T-Rex head or something. I remember putting my head under the cover and not coming out again. We didn't talk about it until the 90s. And I was like, do y'all remember that night in Germany in the room? Sister was like, something was looking in the window. Brother said, looked like a dinosaur. And we all started talking about it. Now only my brother remembers. My sister became an alcoholic and heavy drug user and doesn't recall a lot these days.
Oh dear. That every turn that took was a left. Whoa.
Do we want to discuss them as we go?
Yeah.
Okay, so what did you think about the main story there?
Well, first of all, I'm fascinated that it's in South America because I feel like we don't hear a lot of stories from down there.
You and I don't cover them, but there are a lot of paranormal stories down there.
Are there? Okay.
Mhm.
I'll have to check those out. Okay.
We just haven't gotten there. We're not against covering them. We just haven't gotten there yet.
I also am a little shook by the leprechaun for some reason. I don't know why. That just gives me a really not good feeling in my stomach. I don't like that at all.
I imagine him making eye contact as he scurried.
Yeah. I don't like that. Like he just just dead stared her as he like crept behind the tree or scurried behind the tree. No, thank you. I think it makes me think of, isn't there a horror movie that's just called Leprechaun?
Pretty sure, yes.
And I don't know this for certain. I vaguely remember seeing a very short snip of this on TV because I don't think my parents realized what it was. And as soon as they did, they turned it off. But it's like, trigger warning, this little leprechaun, like somehow this guy ends up with like a pot of gold in his stomach and the leprechaun kind of digs it out of his stomach with his nails and that's all I can think of when I think leprechaun now. It's terrible. I was sheltered.
All I'm thinking was that's an image.
Yes.
What did you think of the comment story?
I think they just got thrown into Jurassic Park. It's terrifying.
I have this memory from childhood.
Oh.
Not of watching this documentary about people seeing like that this could have been made up.
Okay.
About people like seeing like the ghosts of dinosaurs, like there'd be lightning flashes and they would see
Oh.
But that might have been like, my brain might have been confusing like an episode of the X-Files or something with a paranormal documentary.
An X-Files episode, people seeing dinosaur ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
All right. Are you ready to take us away from ghost dinosaurs back to Fae?
Yes, I'm going to jump over here. And
Oh my God. What if they saw the Mary Lude?
Oh, that's not so scary. I like the Mary Lude.
It's like creeping in the window. He's going to have a rap battle.
I was going to say, she was like, you got beer in there though? These little kids.
It's Germany.
It is Germany. She literally was like, what you got in there? You got snacks?
Knock, knock, knock.
You want to have a rap battle with me though? Mine came from Our Paranormal. And the question was, has anyone seen the Fae Folk? I don't mean like I'm in your mind's eye or anything like that. I mean, has anyone physically had eyes on what they perceive to be the Fae? What was your experience? What did they look like? And this is a little short one, so I'm just going to read it directly. And I love this username. It's Munchkickin, which I cracked up laughing. I thought that was great. Munchkickin said, I've seen a satyr, or at least that's what I assume it was. I was pretty young. Lower half was a goat, human midsection, and a goat's head. It just watched me from my grandmother's picture window. I didn't feel any ill intent. Found out later my brother saw the same thing more than once there, but he's always felt negative energy from it and it terrified him. I often think it protected my grandparents' property, and since my brother stole from them and treated them badly, it wanted him off the property as they were the guardians of the land.
That's interesting.
I like the idea of them being guardians. Yeah. And tell me to hush, because I feel like this might be straying into territory I shouldn't stray in.
Oh, no.
Isn't there a legend like that with a banshee?
A banshee?
Or like a family has their own banshee?
Yeah, so it's the idea that like different Gaelic families will have their own assigned banshee.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I should stray into that because I didn't know if you wanted to cover that or not.
No, I mean that's eventually we'll get there.
Okay. And then there was another comment on that one. If you want me to read it, or okay. This one was throwaway Texan, TEXXXAN, throwaway Texan. Ooh, I have a story. My family is from the panhandle of Texas, far east of Amarillo. My great-grandfather came from Ireland and brought a lot of that folklore with him. He had a college education in a time when that was not the norm, so a very smart man. Long story short, he started leaving milk and bread out for the Fae. He was Catholic, and this was apparently something normal for him, and his mother had done the same. but it got out of hand because the bread would double and the milk would overflow out of the bowl every night. Eventually, he saw some Tinkerbell type winged creature in the back acreage, which freaked him out. This thing had red eyes and was able to telepathically talk to him. He had a priest come from Pampa to bless his property and never saw anything weird again. Married my great-grandmother and no other strange things happened. This is not a first-hand account, but a story I think about all the time.
That was also every turn was a left turn.
Yes.
I was like, it's normal in Catholicism to give things to the Fae.
I know, that one shocked me. That's why I wanted to put that in there, because I was like, that's a pretty
I don't know that that's
like a normal thing.
maybe it's normal for like their family.
I think that's what they were getting at, but the fact that they were Catholic and like devout Catholics and still
that's interesting
doing that practice is really fascinating.
It's like there's a weird parallel to the feeding of the 500 in the Bible of like,
oh, true, the loaves and fishes, except it was milk and loaves.
It's like the Fae is like, thank you so much, guess what, you're gonna have
bounty.
Yeah,
you're gonna have that. That's everyone's dream in Pennsylvania. When it snows, everyone runs out and is like, we gotta get the bread and milk
and the eggs.
Gotta make milk sandwiches.
Gotta make French toast. So I mostly drink oat milk, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was putting the oat milk in like a little dish to take to work.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I bet the Fae would look at this and be like, oh my gosh, why is this oat milk?
Be like,
what the hell?
I didn't know you could milk an oat.
They're like, where's the real dairy?
Yeah.
Like, everyone's using oat milk now. What the hell?
They'd be so judgy about it.
They would.
Like, some of us can't tolerate dairy, okay? Everyone chill.
And I like how the priest came out and everything was fine.
Oh, yeah. I also like how he said, oh, it looked like Tinkerbell. It said it had red eyes. Ah! Okay.
Look at her little paws.
Are you struggling, my dear? I'm so sorry, my love.
It's evil Tinkerbell.
It's evil Tinkerbell, yes.
It's like the Wario. Like, you know, like Wario, like Mario's evil.
And was it Waluigi?
Yeah, Waluigi. There we go. It's just angry Tinkerbell.
Yeah. No one clapped to bring her back to life. She got real mad about it. She got big mad.
She's like, I'm gonna bring myself back to life.
Oh, it was the spirit of Tinkerbell. It was the angry spirit. That's why when the priest came out, it worked.
There we go. We got it. We figured it out.
Nailed it.
Got it.
All right, throw away TexXXN. We're on to you.
We got it.
We got you.
Do you think they don't have any fairy encounters?
Which?
They didn't say any. That was just their grandparents.
That was just their grandparents.
All right. So, do you have any more thoughts on that one? You're ready to go to the next one?
Oh, we can go to the next one.
All right. This Roxanne Elise. Can you remind her of the treat, please?
Here, look. Oh, you want a cookie? Oh, yeah. Get it. That's a good girl.
All right.
Alrighty.
This one is, I invited a fairy to meet me, and one did. Kind of. Does that not sound like a Fall Out Boy track?
It sure does. Also, it sounds like a really bad idea to invite a fairy to meet you, but that's just my opinion. So,
this one comes to us from our astral projection.
Ooh.
And the user is mushy/p. Like
Ew.
PEA, not like urine.
Yes.
I feel like I need to put a trigger warning in this, but I'm not sure what it's for.
Okay, but it just, there's vibes.
Like maybe sexual undertones.
Okay.
You'll understand why I feel like I need one, but I don't know why.
Okay.
The user starts off this encounter with the following statement. And I'm going to read this verbatim. I'll start by saying that I don't believe in fairies as such. I haven't looked into the folklore related to the idea in any depth, and my assumption is that, like various mythical creatures, you might find a shred of truth in the idea if you could follow it back to its origins. So, they decided to attempt lucid dreaming with the intention of I'd like to be visited by a fairy in my dream. And they described the following encounter. In the dream, this is in quotes, in the dream, I'd been standing on a straight path in what appeared to be a covered market of some kind. Once I'd said the words, a woman approached me from behind, and as soon as she drew near, my surroundings faded to blackness, and I got the feeling of a shifting from dream to somewhere else. I've described this place in a previous post, although I've often approached it from a waking state. I experienced a nice, chilled out encounter with this entity who had approached me, who presented a human, I almost said feline, presented a feminine human-like presence.
Okay.
We cuddled and held hands, and there was a mutual affection between us, whose origin was both obvious and difficult to explain. I found that as my attention settled on different parts of her physical form, they became fleshed out. As I looked at her feet, legs, upper body, and face, details seemed to be filled in or clarified in real time. I also felt like she was enjoying my attention, meeting her presentation of form and the clarification that resulted. The sensations of touch were as realistic as in waking life. After a few minutes of subjective time, I thanked her for her visit and slowly woke up, with a feeling of her presence lingering for several minutes after waking. The Redditor then goes on to say that they've had similar experiences before, and they are still not convinced on the Fae, and this entity is apparently similar to other reports except they tend to be male. They end the encounter with, she was a nice lady and hopefully we'll be hanging out again sometime soon. It's a loud car. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Has anyone else had similar or different perceptions of such physical encounters during projections, which you'd like to talk about? So many of the comments were things like, dude, you just made a deal with the Fae, or like, get ready to give up your firstborn.
I don't know. That one to me just feels like lucid dreaming.
Homeboy met a fairy girlfriend.
Homeboy met a fairy girlfriend, yeah.
Do you understand why? Like, does it make sense why I put that warning in?
Yeah, I do get it. It seems like there could have been allusion to more.
Like, there was nothing explicit, but I'm like,
No, but we can take this out if you want. It's that ace coming out in both of us.
We were like, this feels uncomfortable.
Correct.
This feels like there might be like
you're looking at it a personal moment when you don't mean to be.
Yeah, it's like there might be more going on behind the scenes than we thought.
Sure. Yeah, like I said, I don't want to downplay their encounter or anything like that, but to me that one feels like a very strong lucid dream.
Do you know I had a dream that I went to Fairyland one time?
Oh, I don't think I did know that.
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Can you restart the video?
Sure. Come on.
So, this was years ago, and I have very vivid dreams, and this was a freaking horrifying nightmare.
Oh boy.
I dreamt that I was in. This is gonna be a weird. I'm gonna look at you while I talk. Oh shit, I'm stuck.
Ooh.
This is gonna be such a weird mishmash of words.
Okay.
In this dream, I was in an RV.
Okay.
With my sister-in-law.
Okay.
And maybe my niece when she was very little.
Okay.
So with my parents, I don't know if my brother was there or not, but my sister-in-law was there.
Mm-hmm.
And we're driving through like what was Amish land, but wrong.
Oh, Uncanny Valley Amish land?
Yeah, it was like
Ooh.
some mix. It was like what Amish land would look like in like Oz.
Oh, that's like some in the tall grass shit.
It was weird.
Shout out to Stephen King.
And I don't like, my brain is like made me feel like it was Wonderland or like in the dream it was addressed at one point that like we're in like Fairyland. And we get to this is so weird. We get to this barn and there are these people on fire.
Oh,
like Amish looking people,
like screaming, running around, like we're on fire, or they're just flaming people.
They were just flaming.
They were just vibing.
Like
fire.
They were on fire, and they were just like waving at us, like nothing was wrong.
Oh,
so
I don't like that at all.
And like I don't know why I'm saying this was Fairyland, but that's what my brain decided in the dream.
Oh boy,
it was like this weird like if there was an Amish section in like Wonderland or Oz,
right?
Which I amalgamate both of those places to Fairyland, I guess.
Honestly, Oz is very dark though. So I could see that.
But like it was like literally like they were on fire. Like they were on fire and they
Ooh.
were just kind of like waving at us.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I don't like that visual at all.
It was creepy. And then I woke up.
Wow, you might have actually crossed over for a minute. I don't.
It was, and like I don't know why I think it's fairyland, but like in the dream I was like, where are we? And they're like, we're in fairy.
Ugh.
Like my sister-in-law was like, we're in fairy, and I'm like,
We're in fairy. Oh boy.
think it out.
You know, sorry, this just occurred to me
In
because
an RV.
in an RV. Oh, you were actually in Oz, I think.
Oh, I think I don't want to go to Oz.
No, I don't either.
I've already been to Kansas.
True. The way you just phrased that reminded me because it's my current hyperfixation. I'm so sorry, guys. Everyone take a drink of water. Here she goes. And by here she goes, I mean me. They're in Critical Role right now. The current campaign 4, is just they have a lot of discussion of the door to fairy and how the door to fairy has been closed. So just the way you said that, I was like, oh, this is a tie-in.
Well, you got to drive an RV. That's how you get to fairy.
You drive an RV.
That makes total sense, actually.
Yeah, it does. Manic hippie dream girl, is that what they call it in books?
Anyways, all right.
It's a not kind term.
That
That's
was
not a kind thing to.
Wasn't that a trip?
Huh?
Wasn't that a trip? That dream.
Yes, that was.
You have one more fairy encounter for us, or like you don't have one personally, I don't think.
I do not have one personally. You do though.
Apparently.
I think you do personally.
I don't want to go back.
No. I think that's why they tried to take you again, because you dreamed it.
Oh, when
and
Judy and
crossed
I were
over.
in the woods.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so oops, sorry. I have to click into this one. I thought I copy and pasted that, but I guess not. Let's try again. All right. So this was on a Reddit thread called Are Fairies? And the Redditor is Nixie Magic. And they said, I had an encounter with what I believe was a fairy. It's been on my mind for 2 years, and my best friend also saw it, which makes me feel less crazy, but I'd like to get this off my chest. And then they asked the question, would anyone like to hear? People in the comment section said, yes, of course. So here she goes. And this is a semi-long one, but it's not terrible. They stated, I've tried so hard to make sense of this. I've been a witch most of my life and have been doing work with the Fae for most of it, which is bold. I will say you are a braver soul than I. Anyway, however, I've seen a wisp or two and had tricks played on me plenty. What occurred in the late September 2020, I can't explain. My best friend Quinn and I were up late as common for a lockdown life during the pandemic. It was roughly 2 to 3 a.m. We walked our normal route as we had often that year, as we had taken up hiking and exploring in general because we are both grown professional women and free time like this was surreal. I had discovered a small path that had a wooden bridge that crossed a small patch of wetlands. On this path, just across the bridge, is an old worn bench. I'd often stop here and check my messages as human contact was limited during the early pandemic. The whole area felt warm and abuzz with energy. You just felt good being there. I'd often practice grounding, walking barefoot, in the area nearby. It was such an inviting place. I took friends there to share this experience. That's when things started to go wrong. One of my friends, Eve, was feeling very uncomfortable and dizzy. I brushed it off because I was so excited to share this place with my friends, and Eve was often one to be a little spooked. My other 2 friends felt fine. Quinn was there as well. To my shock, we saw 2 wisps zooming across the tops of the tall grass and then nosedive straight down into the earth. We were all blown away. What a truly magical place. Eve removed her shoes and began walking to the edge of the wetlands, hoping to recreate what I had felt days earlier. However, she began shaking. Tears ran down her cheeks and she started to leave. I asked her what was wrong and she replied, "Why did you bring me here? This place is effed up." She was very upset and we all left. Needless to say, I was pretty upset this wasn't at all what I had imagined the night was going like. Now back to our story. It was 2 a.m. or so. Quinn and I were coming up to the little bridge and we were tired and hoping to stop and sit on the bench up ahead. We didn't even make it to the first board of the bridge before we caught a glimpse of what was sitting on the bench ahead. It was a glowing human figure made of pure white light just sitting on our bench. The even more unusual aspect was it didn't cast any light around it. Its outline almost looked like old school TV static. It was difficult to even focus on it as it lacked any real features, not even eyes that we could see. I stopped dead, grabbing Quinn's arm. I ask if she sees that or am I tripping balls? She looks at me and whispers yes. An overwhelming sense of terror hit us both. What the hell was this? My mind raced. Was this a full-bodied fae of lore? I felt it looking at us sitting where we felt like we had carelessly stumbled onto something we were not supposed to see. I've tried going back to the place several times. That lingering sense of panic and fear overwhelms me to the point of panic attacks. I don't normally suffer from any form of anxiety. I'm at a loss, guys. If Quinn hadn't seen it, I doubt I'd even be writing this right now. What did we see? All I know is my encounter with the Fae has left me more confused and asking more questions than I had before I set out. Thank you for listening.
I don't think I'd ever go outside again.
Yeah.
Like, no.
I certainly wouldn't be going there again.
No. That is creepy. Like,
it's wild.
do you feel like the wisps and things that they saw were connected to the Static Man? That is what it's called now, the Static Man. Like,
I almost feel like, okay, this is, I kind of like, as I was reading this and like thinking about it. So I think like in what we know about the Fae, they're pretty particular.
they're a little tricksy too.
They're a little tricksy. So if this person was doing witchcraft and involving the way.
The way.
This is the way.
The Force.
Involving the Force. And doing witchcraft involving the Fae. And I'm also, to be clear, I'm not saying that in a negative context.
Mm-hmm.
They could perhaps have kind of developed some form. Was I moving the piano bench?
No.
Oh,
She
I was
threw,
like, what was that?
She threw her treat at us.
She said, "Hey." No, you're good.
I was like, what?
I felt a vibration in my foot. I was like, did I do that? What am I doing here?
No, she threw the treat at us.
She got a little aggressive. So, yeah, I think they might have developed a specific relationship with her, and particularly in that place, that might have felt like, okay, this is ground that we feel we can meet you on safely. But then she started, or they, excuse me, I don't know what this person's pronouns are.
True.
They started bringing other
people
around and kind of ticked them off.
And didn't ask permission first.
They didn't ask permission, and then they might have lost that privilege. So I'm wondering if the wisps might have been checking things out and were stirred up because there were so many people there. Like they might have been panicked a little bit or something. And then the next time these people tried to come into this spot, they sent out something bigger to basically say, back off, you're not welcome here anymore.
I'm on a similar vein to you, but slightly different.
Okay.
So I feel, like that Static Man kind of felt like the final boss.
Yes.
And it kind of felt like the man behind the curtain. Mm-hmm. And I wonder if the wills and other things, or the wills, the wisps, sorry, and other things were like sentries.
Oh.
And it's like, okay, like you're doing this work with the Fae, and I don't know that much about that, but also like from reading different Reddit encounters, sometimes when I can't sleep, I read Reddit encounters. Mm-hmm. If I'm feeling in a spooky mood, I might read like Our Fairy or Our Paranormal. If I feel like I just want to watch the world burn, I'll read like Am I the Asshole ones. And like I wonder if whoever they were working with, like if they weren't specific enough.
Oh, maybe.
So like were they working with Static Man, and like the wisps were kind of sentries that. I'm assuming the gender of this fairy. I shouldn't do that. I'm sorry. Sent out, or even like, was it things where they were working with the wisps and they got the attention of something bigger?
Okay.
Right. Or if, they're in this very magical spot, they feel very connected. They're putting a lot of intention into the earth. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden they're bringing other people who are having very different intentions.
Sure.
It's interesting. I don't know.
It is really interesting.
That was a lot of word salad to say I don't know.
Because I also don't know if these other people were practitioners of witchcraft either, which could have completely changed things. Like if they were practicing themselves, if they had, like you said, different intentions, or if they weren't practitioners at all. Either way, to me, it feels like the beings, the entities, whatever have you call them, that were in this space decided they did not like more than one person being there.
Well, and I also wonder if it's an ask permission thing. Like,
Yes.
like, hey, like, you know, we're starting to build a relationship with this human, and now now they're bringing friends. And I mean, maybe they did ask permission and just didn't put that in the encounter.
Sure.
But it's like, and like, fae are known to be tricksters no matter what court they're in.
Yes, absolutely. That's why I say, like, I don't know much about like the practice of witchcraft and like even less about deity work within that realm of practicing the craft. But I listened to this podcast for a while, and sugar, I'm not going to be able to remember the name of it. I'm so sorry. But it was two women, one of them had been practicing for a while, and the other one was kind of new. And they had an episode about like deity work, and they kind of described it as a working partnership with whatever particular deity that you're working with. I hope I don't get cursed for saying this, but I feel like it would be very difficult to build a working partnership with the fae, because you never know if they're really giving you the full truth.
They're
enough. Very good at giving half truths,
which is
not lying, but
which is why I think there's a lot of people. I'm not in that practice either, but I do think there's a lot of people that caution working with the fae.
Yes.
All right. Well,
it's fascinating though.
It is fascinating.
Really interesting.
I don't know if we really have very much wrap up on this episode.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, like, hit us up, send us. In a second, you'll hear where to find us. But send us your thoughts. What do you think of these fae encounters? And also, this was a bonus, right? But like, what do you feel? How do you feel about that?
Yes. How do you feel about the fae?
Well, and these kinds of episodes where we kind of do like deep dives on Reddit for particular topics. Is this something that you guys like to hear?
Oh yeah.
Let us know your thoughts and feelings.
Yes, absolutely. Or if you do enjoy these type of topics, let us know which ones you want us to Reddit dumpster dive into in the future.
I always love a good Reddit dumpster dive.
Absolutely.
Honestly, if we do a Patreon, this could probably be a
Patreon exclusive.
Yeah.
If Gesundheit.
Thank you. When
Phantom Pup Productions.
Yes, that's my Wi-Fi.
Yes, I saw that. I was like, hi.
We'd love to hear from you. If you have a suggestion for a strange or mysterious topic, a comment about an episode, or just want to chat, please reach out.
You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Audible, and YouTube. Comment directly on our episodes over at Spotify and YouTube, or review our podcast as a whole on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, or both if you're feeling so inclined.
Find us on Instagram at @something_strange_pod and on Facebook at Something Strange Podcast. You can also check out our strange content on our YouTube channel at something_strange_pod. We'd love it if you'd subscribe.
If none of that suits your fancy, you can send us a Gmail at somethingstrangepod24@gmail.com, and the 24 is numeric.
We didn't write it. We didn't write an outro.
We sure didn't. Do you want to
make it
swing
up?
on the fly?
Yeah.
We're pretty good at that.
How do we start our outro?
Well, strangers, it's time for us to part ways.
Until we meet again. I don't know. Until we meet again, watch out for fae in the forests.
We'll be back again soon with another
Something Strange.
We did it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some stories stay with you. The ones that make you glance over your shoulder, check the doors locked a second time, or laugh a little too loudly in the dark. That's the world of Kill Me Maybe. Every month, hosts Mac and Des unravel true crime, strange mysteries, and eerie tales that linger long after the episode ends. They're the ghouls next door, not detectives, but sharp enough to ask the questions and cheeky enough to keep it fun. Spooky season never ends here. Subscribe to Kill Me Maybe wherever you get your podcasts. Mac and Des are waiting, and you don't want to keep them waiting.